Hello there guys, and welcome back to another Forza Horizon 4 video on my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be taking you through how you can complete the winter season of Series 35. So everything that you'll need, whether you're wanting 50% for the Citroen DS23, 80% for the Lexus RCF, both very cool cars. The Citroen, however, is a brand new car to Series 35. The second new car, we had the Jeep Gladiator from summer in the Are You Nothing to Turn Championship. No new cars in autumn, we have this in winter, and then in spring we have the Porsche 928 GTS, so you'll be able to unlock that. And you'll also as well be able to get across 50% for a backstage pass of the whole series. And if you haven't already, the only reason I haven't is because I haven't completed Online Adventure yet. Because A, I haven't had time, and B, the server's just been absolutely crap. Even finding a Horizon live session in free roam has just been an absolute effort. So yeah, they really need to fix it because it's just getting a bit stupid now. All of the videos that we want to do online are basically out the window. And everything there, but you'll be able to get across 50% for the backstage pass, and 80% for the Fiat X19, and if you want 100% as well, that'll give you the maximum opportunity. So as always, don't start, please Shylo, please don't start speaking like you did last night. Last night on the Forzathon video I just couldn't speak. At the end I was trying to say it, and every single word I couldn't speak for whatever reason. I just had a massive malfunction. So whatever I was saying, I don't really know. Alright, so as always, you'll be able to find all of the information regarding every single event in the description. So a quick overview of what you need to do if you've forgotten, and also codes for the tunes for my cars, a couple for each event that I think will do the best, and the cars will be using for the stunts. This week it's only one, but yeah. So I uploaded the Forzathon challenge video last night, so tough as old boots in the Land Rover Series 3, so I uploaded that last night, so I'll put a link to it in the end screen, or you can check it out on my channel in the seasonal Forzathons playlist. So yeah, basically just do that to complete Forzathon. You'll get 100 Forzathon points, or you'll get 200 Forzathon points if you own the Lake Lodge house, which is 5 million or free with your IP, but I highly recommend that you get that house because it really helps, especially if you're relatively new to the game. And there's some cars that you might not have got from the Forzathon shop, or in the Forzathon shop if you use the auction as one of your money methods, you can sell them on once the price goes up. For any daily Forzathons, you can just let me know down in the comments. They should be fairly self-explanatory. But if you do need help, then let me know on that one. There'll also be timestamps for this video as well, so you should be able to see that it'll currently be on the daily challenges timestamp, so if you want to go back to it to have a quick overview, or if you want to go to a specific place, you can use the timestamps for that. So for the photo challenge, hashtag FordCrossing, you need to take a photo of any Ford doing water for a super wheel spin and 3%. So basically just getting any Ford Focus, Ford Raptor, Ford Mustang, etc., and go to the Derwent water, which in winter is frozen, otherwise it is non-accessible because it's here. So it's massive sign there. It's also next to this seasonal championship. Just make sure you've got a bit of the thingy on it. Obviously you can drive on it in winter, so just go on it, make sure you get your Ford and a bit of the frozen lake in, and then that will be that. So for the Forzathon shop, backstage vote and Super 7, check the pinned comment below, providing that I remember to do it. And you also find any other information I've got to tell you there on the pinned comment as well. I will try my best to remember, but sometimes I have to do something and then I come back and do it later on, but it will appear at some point, so don't worry about that. So for the monthly rivals at the Rail Yard Cross Country Circuit, you're in the Jeep Gladiator. And all you have to do is post a clean lap basically, so that's no rewinding, no hitting things, and no missing checkpoints. It doesn't have to be a fast lap, you don't have to beat your rival. To get it done the festival playlist, all you have to do is post a clean lap. You can carry on posting laps, try and get as high up the leaderboard as you can. Feel free to do that because anything online is basically impossible to do at the moment because of the servers. So that might be something to do for you. and then that will get it done the festival playlist. You can do this and online adventure in any of the 4 seasons. Sorry. So if you do them in summer, each season you'll start with 21%. If you do them in winter, for example, or spring, and then it'll add any percentage you've missed on to the previous season. So if you missed 80% because you haven't completed them, do not worry, you'll still get your rewards as long as you complete them before the end of spring. So for online adventure, you basically just need to do one adventure. You don't have to win, you just have to complete one adventure to get your rank for this series. Again, this can be done in any of the 4 seasons. If you don't have ranked adventure unlocked yet, you just need to unlock it by playing quick play adventure. Pick any of the categories, reach tier 3 in it, and unlock ranked adventure just for that category. So if you want to do all the categories, you'll have to reach tier 3 in all of them, but you only need to do one from any type apart from custom adventure, because that doesn't count, and to get it done the festival playlist. So this is 15%, rivals is 6%. So let's move on to the stunts then. So we have M68 Speed Trap, that's the one on the motorway. Royal Terrace Speed Zone, that's the one that you can wall ride, so pretty easy. And Arthur's Seat Danger Sign, which is where you jump off Arthur's Seat to the by Edinburgh. So I'll be using the Mosler for this one. So recently I've been using different cars for the stunts just to vary it up a bit. So I haven't actually used the Mosler for probably a month or 2 now in these types of videos, but just because these stunts will be easier to do in this, I'm just going to use it. It is in the auction. It's not that expensive. If I remember, it's only it's definitely less than $1 million last time I checked. So it's relatively cheap, although you should have been gifted it, because we all got gifted one like ages ago. I started playing about 1.5 years ago, and it was in my message centre then, so it will have been gifted before then. So even if you got the game after it was gifted, it should still be in your message centre, so you should have this anyway, but like I said, it's in the auction. So we'll start with Royal Terrace Speed Zone. So I'm having to be in solo, because whenever I try to connect to Horizon Live, it just doesn't do anything, and then after a couple of minutes it'll just say unable to join session. That's what I mean about the servers, just absolutely crap at the moment. So for this one, you can go from either way, it doesn't really matter. This way you'll be going downhill, but I think to get PBs people tend to go this way, but it doesn't really matter. And you can wall ride it coming either way if you want to, because it is quite a sharp corner and it's just easier. If you're going to wall ride it, at least wall ride it properly, no point giving it half an effort. So you need 108 mile an hour, which is 8 mile an hour more than the usual 3-star objective. So I'll be using the Mosler. Share code for the tuners in the description. It's got the V8 in, because all the other engines for this car just sound horrific. So it does go as fast as it can almost go. So as you can see, if you're going to wall ride it, at least please do it properly, because otherwise what is the point? So there you go, 126 mile an hour. I did hit a couple of things there which slowed me down a bit. So yeah, that's really easy, and again you can do it from this way. You could still probably do it without wall riding, it just makes it a bit easier, because it just does really, doesn't it? Right, so let's move on to the danger sign then. So Arthur's Seat danger sign, you need 220 metres, so quick maths, that is 37.1 metres more than the usual 3-star objective. It's a really easy one, because it's like last week's one at the Quarry. It's just like a massive yeet. It's just all about getting a bit of speed up and hitting it straight on, so you don't land in any walls or anything. So the Mosler probably isn't ideal for this one, because it is off-road. It's also winter, and this hasn't got dirt or snow tyres on it, but it'll still be alright because it's got the speed. And of course it's got this cool trick where you can brake in the air and it lowers the front so you can slide. So I'm just going to start from here. You could probably start a bit further back if you wanted to, but I'm just going to start here because I'm presuming once I get going I'll have the speed to be able to get it. He says, yes, there we go. So 244 metres, so we cleared that. So as you can see, you don't need a particularly big run up, and I don't drive with traction or any of that rubbish on, so very easy to complete there. Right, let's move on to the final one. Here it is. So on the motorway, so you need 270 mile an hour, so that's 5 mile an hour more than the usual 3-star objective. I'd highly suggest that you don't go this way because that's just kind of impossible. Also, do it in Horizon Life if it'll let you connect to Horizon Live, because otherwise the AI will be scattered everywhere, as you're about to see now. So now reloaded. So I'm not really sure how far I need to go back. I've gone a bit further back than I was gonna, because just so I don't risk it. So here we go again. So obviously the Koenigsegg Jesko, the Ferrari 599, XX Evo, etc. will be better for this, I mean. But the Mosler, it's cheaper, way less rare, and it also technically better. So it is almost pushing the top speed out of this. Oh, God's sake, this is why you should do it in Horizon Life. So I am almost at the limit. I think it does about 275, 280 at the real limit of this car. There you go, 271. So if you try and keep it as straight as possible, you'll easily get that completed. It's not the fastest, but it'll do you fine. Right, that's the stunts completed. So now we've got 50%, or I have anyway. Oh no, I've got 50% of the whole series. So now let's move on to my suggested cars for all of the championships. So I've selected 2 or 3 cars for each event, put the share codes for them in the description. They're the ones that I think will do the best, but I'll show all of them on the video here so you can choose which ones you either have or want to use. Right, so let's start with the trial. Actually, we'll look at the rewards first. So for the trial, you get a Subaru WRX from 2004. Really nice car, that actually. I think the price has gone down a bit, and the rarity is now, it's been a bit less rare, because I think it was in the Super 7 only a couple of weeks ago. But it's still a very cool car. On the trial, remember, you're in a co-op team, and you're against unbeatable Drivatars. So depending on how the servers act, the Drivatars are either really slow or really fast, so it's just purely based on luck. Try not to ram your teammates and stuff, and try to drive your car properly. And if anybody rams you, then be sure to give them a bit back, but make sure you win before you do that, because otherwise you'll be throwing the win away. For the games, you win a Quartz Regalia D, that's a massive fin thing. So yeah, it's not the best of cars, but it's alright. Remember, you don't have to win games either, so don't be quitting or anything. For Mud is Thicker Than Water, you get a Mitsubishi Starion ESIR. Never actually driven that car, so I can't rate it. For Offroad Rampage, you get a Land Rover Series 3 Forza Edition, so that's the Forza Edition car of the car you use for the Forzathon, for whatever reason. Probably one of the least rare cars in the game. Same goes for the M6 Forza Edition, that's just a bit crap, to be honest. But the Starion, the Subaru, and the 2 prizes here are pretty good. Right, so we'll start with the trial. So for the trial, which is down here, it's dirt racing, and you need a B-Class Horizon Special Evo versus Impreza. So basically a B-Class Mitsubishi or Subaru for that. So if I go firstly to Mitsubishi, because you can't filter it, which is slightly annoying. So for Mitsubishi, there's quite a lot of cars you can take. Some of them are better than others. I've got the 2006 Mitsubishi Lancer. Remember the Mitsubishi, see this, like, if we take this one for example, if you look in the bottom right of the box, there's like another box with an arrow pointing down. That means it's a DLC car, but this Mitsubishi car pack is a free DLC, so you get these are both the same car. You get 6 cars, so this, and this, and this. Hang on, is that 7? Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, 7, sorry. So that's the car you win there, by the way. Or for the other one, actually. So yeah, it's a free DLC, so you can go and get it. You don't have to pay any real money or anything, because it's the only one that's actually free. So the 2006 Mitsubishi Lancer's pretty good. I've updated all of the tunes. Well, I haven't fiddled with that one because that one's pretty recent. But I've updated this on a couple of the Subaru ones. So this one is pretty fast. Got the Turbo Rally engine in it, and I have also tested it briefly, so that one's pretty good. This one, I got like top 100, I think, in a Rivals event in it. So that one's really good. I haven't got any others for Mitsubishi, but this one's okay in B class. I think this one is as well. So whichever you really fancy there. there isn't actually any Mitsubishis apart from this one that aren't part of the DLC, but like I said, it's free. If we hop on now over to Subaru. So at Subaru, none of them are DLCs, I don't think. No, I'm right in saying that. Apart from the welcome pack version of this one, but I don't have the welcome pack. So for this, I've got the 2015 Subaru. That one's pretty fast and powerful. I've got, what else have I got? That's the car you win. They're the same car. I've updated the tune on the Subaru Legacy RS here, so it's slightly slower now. I've removed the turbos, it's got slightly less power, but it now turns a bit better because it's got street tyres on it. Or it might have sport actually, but it's the second option. So this is actually literally the cheapest car, 25,000. Very, very good indeed, and I would highly recommend that you use this because it is pretty OP, to be honest with you. And that'll do you fine, so whichever you fancy for that one. Now let's move on to the games. So the games is at the Quarry this week, and you need a C-Class Extreme Off-Road. So there aren't too many options for this, because most of the Extreme Off-Roads are in B-Class upwards, and most of mine are A-Class upwards, as you can see. The only real options you've got are the Nissan Titan Warrior Concept Forza Edition, which is a DLC, and it only comes with VIP. It's not like in a car pack or anything, it comes with VIP. So that's the reason why I didn't choose that one, but that one's probably alright. And then apart from that, the only options you've got are these two Toyotas here. So that one's tuned to B-Class, and I'm going to tune this one. So the 2007 Toyota AT38. Really lacks on power, but I put full race weight reduction on it, and it's got quite a bit of power really. So that's basically the only one, but you don't really need to have an OP car in games because you don't have to win, but if you want to be slightly competitive, that one will probably be alright. I'm kind of thinking not, but we'll have to go with it because it's a bit vague this week on what cars you can take, to be honest. Right, let's move on to the championships then. So for these you need to be on at least highly skilled Drivatars to win the top reward. So I normally drive on Pro or Unbeatable, but highly skilled do just fine. So for the first one, it's cross country, off-road Rampage, and you need an A-class off-road. So that means it's OP time. I quite like it, A-class off-road actually. A-class is my favourite class and I like off-roading, so there you go. Right, so the Chevy Colorado was made for games, so it doesn't really turn very well, so I wouldn't suggest that you use that one, especially for cross country. This one's just, I tuned it randomly, so it's not actually a proper tune. The 2017 Ford Raptor is the OP one, as you can see, 1070 horsepower, pretty fast, also a cheap option that's available in the auto show, so that's the best option. But if you don't want to use that one for whatever reason, you've got the 2012 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, quite a lot of power, not the best on acceleration once it gets going, it's alright. The 2020 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon, which we got in summer, that's one of the new cars. I haven't finished the tune on it yet because I still haven't figured out which ending to use and what to kind of make it for. But you've got the Racing V8 in it, pretty fast, and it hasn't had much testing yet, so I don't know how it's going to be in cross country, but you can use that one if you want. This is the car you win, so if you already have it, which is highly likely, you can use that. The G65 is quite good. That one not so good on cross country. This one the tune needs updating because it's not the best. Yeah, and that's about it really, but I'd say the Ford Raptor is your best bet for that one. Okay, so next we shall go to this one here. So Mud is Thicker Than Water, it's dirt racing and you need a B-class modern rally. So this is basically the same cars as the trial, but the Subaru Legacy you can't use because that one's a retro rally. So that's why I've kept it separate. There. So the 2003 Ford Focus is a bit you can use the same Lancers as before. And then the Subarus again, so basically it's whatever you want to use, I would say, because like I said, there's not really too much you can use, but it's kind of up to you on that one. But The Lancers are alright. The Subaru is probably better, but I can't really say because I'm not really too sure on that one. But it'll be fun anyway, I'd suggest. Right, and let's move on to the final one, which is over here. So road racing, cold commute, and you need an A-class Horizon Special daily driver. So it's not really very easy to tell what is a daily driver because there's no filter for it. But I think it's just like normal cars that are quite cheap and a couple of SUVs, etc. But the cars I've selected out of the cars that it said were eligible are the two following. So the Mercedes G65, which was available in the other one, so you can use the same tune if you want. But remember, it is road racing, so if you want a proper road car, the Mercedes A45 will be better. Very fast, sounds amazing, looks amazing. Feel free to download my paint as well. That took me quite a while to figure out how to do the stripe. It was a while ago when I did it, but it's the first kind of design I was absolutely impressed with. So they're the two that I know will definitely be eligible. But if you found any others to be eligible that you think would be pretty good, let me know in the comments. We'll have a look about that. So thank you all for watching today's video. That is it for the winter season. I hope you enjoy completing the winter season despite the servers and the slippery roads. If you do have anything to say or any questions, let me know down in the comments. I'll try to reply as soon as possible. And also check out the pinned comment as well, providing that I remember to do it, and hopefully the timestamps will be working as well. So there's no live streams this week, we'll be back in spring with them, but I'll try to do a couple of other videos this week, because there's a couple of things that have been mentioned in the past few weeks that I haven't done yet, but I'll try my best to do them. So thank you all for watching. If you are new around here, I massively appreciate it if you could like the video, subscribe and turn notifications on, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!